Hi YouTube, this is Rose with Pertaining to Rose. So happy you could be here today. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about New Year's resolutions and goals. Now, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this video this way. I may do another one in the future. I just want to talk about some of my own things that I want to work on. Maybe I'll do one in the future on things and ideas you can work on your stuff. This might be just an idea video. I don't know yet. I'm just kind of like vlogging today. Still got that cough, but it's getting so much better. Oh, I'm so glad. But one of my New Year's resolutions, and I turned my New Year's resolutions into goals. That way at the end of January, I'm still working on those goals. You know, most people, they come up with New Year's resolutions, they write them down, and then they forget about them. 2 weeks later, they're back at their busy life. You know, and I've tended to do that in the past. So I've noticed when I turn them into goals, and I do the little step-down plan, like, okay, this little goal is going to help me get to this bigger goal. So if I work on this, then I'm slowly working on this big one up here. So, of course, my YouTube is always at the top of the list. Especially now that I'm doing it full time. I truly want to build my YouTube up. I got so much stuff going on. It's been so busy here that I really haven't had a hard time to really write them down. But I know one of the things on my list is to take better care of myself. As some of you know, if you watch some of my older videos, I'm very hypoglycemic. So I don't eat a lot of sugar. I do eat sugar. I just don't eat a lot of it. Cookies are one of my downfalls. Gotta have my cookies. Pies, I love pies. I do drink about 1 soda a day. I don't drink a lot of soda, and usually I'll drink a soda like a root beer. That way, if it gets warm, it's something you can still keep drinking once it's warm. So I sip on it throughout the day. I don't drink a whole glass down. I'm just one of those people, I cannot drink soda like that anymore. It really messes up my blood sugar. I tend to drink a lot of juice. Coffee, I'm a coffee hound. I have been cutting back on my coffee. I drink a lot less than what I used to. But this year, I'm making about being better for me. And you're going to see a lot of different videos coming from me. So I'm going to start doing some prepping videos. You know, and eventually once we get the tiny house built, I want to do some homesteading videos. That's working on myself. I know that if something hits the fan, if you know what I mean, or goes south, that I am more prepared. I want to take you on that journey with me. I have a lot of stuff that I have been thinking about and doing. As you know, I hoard food. I don't go into a store and buy out a complete shelf. I'm not like that. But I've always been that way, and it's probably because both my parents grew up during the Depression. So I tend to stock a lot of food. And of course, I forgot to put on my little do not disturb, and one of those potential spam phone calls just came over. So if you see me touching my phone or you hear a buzz, that's what it is. I'm not using my thing today, so I'm just holding my phone. But back to New Year's resolutions and goals. My YouTube, of course, is my number one. And my number two is getting healthier, being better, doing the one thing that's going to change my life dramatically. And I am huge about changing my life dramatically. And I'll tell you where this stems from. If you watch my older videos, I went through severe, severe depression. To the point where I would wake up every morning literally wanting to kill myself. You know, it was so dramatic. And if you watch my older videos on depression, I had severe financial hardship. You know, so I talk about these and what I did and the supernatural prayers I used to pull me out of that. The journaling was one of the biggest things, other than the prayers that I did, that really, really changed my life. And I want to get back to that. Um, you know, I had moved to Florida, lived there for 3.5 years with my mother, and then she passed away. Then I had to go through the sale of the house and moving out and moving to Iowa. I had to haul all that stuff back and forth. It was crazy. I've had dramatic changes in my life. So now I'm in Southeast Iowa, and we're living at one house while the other house is being remodeled. So once that house is remodeled, then we're going to start on building the tiny house, and I can't wait to take you all on that venture with me. I'm so excited to finally get started on something, but now it's winter time, so everything's put on hold right now. Come spring, we'll jump right back into it and get things done. So my tiny house is definitely one of my goals, one of my New Year's resolutions of getting that done and finally getting in there. That will be so huge. So building up my YouTube is definitely going to help with that, because the income I receive from that will be going into that tiny house. It will be going into my prepping and my homesteading. So, and I know my YouTube is all over the place. I do a lot of different things on here. I'm a vlogger. I'm always talking about how to dramatically change your life and things that will help boost you to the next level. Life is like a game, people. It really is. You got to do whatever you can to get to the next level. And I'm all about that. I'm all about changing, you know, having a more professional this or whatever you got going on. So my New Year's resolutions is to really dramatically change. I'm going to be doing a lot of different stuff on my YouTube videos. So you're going to see a lot of stuff come over. Like, this girl's really all over the board. But that's okay. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. And that's what it's my journaling online. That's what I'm doing. My children and my grandchildren, I'm leaving some kind of legacy for them. Let me see. I did the whole dentures. I wanted to do the implants. The dentist is trying to talk me out of them. I'm still considering doing the implants because the bottom set of dentures is really making it very difficult. So that is still one thing that I'm looking at doing this year. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it. That's going to be down the road here. I'm saving up my money, my finances. I'm really considering how I'm going to use my finances. I'm not going to buy any big ticket items unless it has to do towards my prepping. Like, I do want to buy a Berkey filter. So, if you don't know what a Berkey water filter is, you may want to consider looking it up. Instead of making any big expenditures, that's where my money's going to go. I do want to have some kind of solar panel with backup power supply or windmill. I'm not quite sure which is going to be better for me. Something to keep my refrigerator running if something happens. We do have a generator, but with a generator, you need fuel. And if something happens where you can't get fuel, you cannot run your generator. So this is gonna be my backup to my backup. I am gonna make a better list and really sit down and start going through it and, you know, writing it out as my goals. So my New Year's resolutions are all gonna be listed out as goals. So I'm big on goals. When you plan things out is when your life will change. And when you write it out, it's like a magical miracle. Things start happening towards that. So even if you're trying or not trying, things start working towards that. So yeah, I write them all down. I tend to write everything down. Uh, if I don't have pen and paper or paper nearby, I will grab a napkin and start writing on it. I've been in restaurants already where all of a sudden some kind of idea came across while I'm sitting there, and I grabbed a napkin and started writing it down, writing it down. That way it's written, and I fold it up, stick it in my pocket until I can get home and put in one of my journals. So, I've been discussing the idea of writing a book this year. And I've been wanting to write a book for many years now. It's been on one of my long-term goals that I have written a long time ago. And you know what's funny about it is years ago, I wanted to write a book. And I was kind of talked out of it. You know, I'm not going to throw that person under the bus. She's very dear to me. I love her dearly. She is now passed on, but she thought my hopes and dreams were too big. You know, she had lived such a hard life that she didn't want to see my hopes and dreams be smashed. So she would, well, why don't you do this instead? Why don't you do that instead? This little thing, you know. And it was like she was always trying to convince me not to do what my dreams were. I didn't realize that until years later, the reason why she was doing this because she did live in a time where everything was hard and difficult. And, you know, it's just one of those things. But I still have my hopes and dreams, and they're still in here, and I still want to do them. So that's what I'm challenging myself to this year. I really want to make a difference. I want to make a difference in my life. I want to make a difference in other people's lives. It's always been something my heart has been set on. I pray for a lot of people, and this year I'm praying for myself to reach my goals and my ambitions and my New Year's resolutions. So I know I'm coming out a little early with this. I really wanted to do it several weeks back ago, but with Christmas and birthdays, we had several birthdays, we had Christmas coming and the shopping and all that, and, things got held up and them family get-togethers, and I just never got it done. So I really want to change the way I do things now, and I really been thinking hard about this. Something that's, like God laid it on my heart. Like, okay, now's the time to start doing those things that you always wanted to do. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to make it work one way or another. I'm going to do it. I will put forth whatever little effort I can to get it done. And if it doesn't happen, I'll move my goal date to next year, and I'll keep working on it. Just because it didn't happen doesn't mean it won't happen in the future. So I'm going to keep working at it, and I'm going to keep doing whatever I can to get to that next level. I've been challenged in so many different areas, and it's really hard not to get depressed when things don't go my way. I'm still taking my vitamin D, which helps with the depression. I've been doing things to really help myself go above the next level. So that's what I'm working on this year. I want you to say in the comments what your New Year's resolution is and how you can turn it into a goal and really change your life with it. Really do something with it. Even if it doesn't happen, you can transfer that goal to next year and keep working at it. It will happen. It will change your life dramatically if you keep going with it. These are the things we need to think about. And this video is getting a little longer than what I wanted to, but that's okay. I hope you listened this far into the video. If you did, I want you to put Mighty Warrior down in the comments. Let me know if you made it this far in. I am so proud of all of you and what you've accomplished with your YouTube channels. I'm truly impressed with everything you've done. I love watching yous. I may start doing some live videos this year. I'm seriously contemplating it. I'm still in this little bedroom. I have 8 other people in the household, so it's not always easy with the little kids running around and the animals. We got all the dogs and the cat and the hamster and the 4 birds, and so life's a challenge here. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm working on it. I know my tiny house is going to come around, and I'm going to get that done. That is one of my huge goals this year, is to get that done. I can't wait, because I am a loner to a point where I like living alone. I'm not used to having all these people around. I'm used to being by myself and doing things. I'm more creative when I'm alone. I can really think things through. I can really work on my journals. Uh, I can really, and right now, everything's still boxed up. Out at the secret house, they're all boxed up. And I can't get to them because they're like under hundreds of other boxes, So, I'm going to be working on that stuff. I might have to downsize some of it. So I might have to start going through some of it and saying, okay, do I really need this? Something I can get rid of. I really want to start doing things that's going to make a change in my life. So I can't wait. Coming up here at the end of February, I'm going to start my travels, and you're going to get to see. I'm going to be going down the East Coast and hitting up a lot of other YouTubers, and we're going to do videos together. I'm so excited for that. I got a couple of them planned. Hoping to meet some on the way. I just can't wait. I'm totally thrilled to get those videos out to you. And I'm excited for the hashtag YouTube Co-op. Doing the YouTube Co-op, I'm still thinking about how I can go about this. I want to take it farther than just a hashtag. I want to take it farther and be part of something that's going to grow. It's going to grow worldwide. And I'm ready for it. I am so ready for this. I want to take it to the next level. So that's one of my New Year's resolutions that I'm turning into a goal. So definitely, I want to see what you guys got going on for your New Year's resolutions. I hope it's going to be a blast. I hope you got some great big ideas and dreams that you're willing to work on. Let me know what they are. Do a video on them. I want to see what you're planning. I love you all. Oh, thank you all. And I appreciate you all. I'm so grateful for all of you. I've met a lot of new friends this year on my YouTube trip here. I've met some fantastic people. I'm enjoying having you all as my friends, my sisters and brothers, my family out there, my YouTube family. Anyways, I'm going to let you go now. I love you, YouTube. You have a blessed day. And definitely don't forget to do your New Year's resolution on YouTube. I want to see what they are. God bless.